This video is all about SEO for plumbers. Plumbing is a very, very competitive space. Lots of plumbers in major metropolitan cities, and people search for plumbers by going to Google. They pull out their smartphone, they type in plumber near me, they type in best plumber in Portland, Oregon, and the plumber or plumbing company that dominates Google is going to get the most traffic, the most phone calls, and ultimately the most leads and revenue from Google. And so before jumping into this video, one thing that I want to make clear is that all SEO strategies are not created equal. This video is going to very much hyper focus on plumbers. So a lot of other SEO companies and SEO strategists, they use the same strategy that they would for even a plumber in a small city in Iowa as they would a plumber in New York City. Or they use the same strategies that they use for a lawyer that they would a plumber. And every case needs to be done individually. And before you take action on anything with your plumbing SEO, you really want to do a comprehensive SEO audit of where you're currently at. That's going to give a very clear picture of where you're at and the actions that need to be taken to fix and improve your specific SEO. So with that being said, let's jump into it. The most important aspect of plumber SEO based on how users search for plumbers online is the Google local pack. This is what it looks like. And this is how people search plumber near me and plumber in Portland, plumber Portland, Oregon. And you can see that some of the results are the same, but some are different. So it looks like this, when I just type in plumber Portland, different results show up than when I type in plumber near me. And so Google's using geographical location, but it's also using the exact query that you type in. And this is where the magic happens. This is called the Google local pack, this maps area. Only 3 plumbers, as you can see, can rank here. And the plumbers that rank here, they get the most traffic and phone calls. This is basically beachfront real estate on the internet. And so this is the priority for plumbers. And so again, why is this so important? Well, this is how people search for things and are continuing to search for things. So this is from a tool called Google Trends. And this shows how people search for keywords over time. This is a tool from Google. And I've typed in plumber near me, and I've gone over the last 5 years. And you can see that it's trending up. And this is the case for basically any industry. If you type in dry cleaner near me searches are going through the roof. And again, the first thing that shows up is the Google local pack. And this is a priority for plumbers to get found in. And so how do you rank in that Google local pack? How do you get found there? That's the big question. And the answer is, well, Google looks at about 200 different factors on your website, off your website, on your Angie's List, on your Home Advisor, on your Yelp page, on your website, on your Google My Business. It looks at a variety of different things. One of the most important for the Google local pack ranking in this maps area is your Google My Business property. You're probably familiar with Google My Business. But a lot of plumbers do it wrong. And so this is the back end of what a Google My Business looks like. You have the opportunity to add a lot of information here. You obviously can change your name, you can change your hours of operation, you can change a lot of things. But a lot of plumbers don't realize that what you write for your description, the attributes that you add to your Google My Business, the services that you add, the products that you add, Google's looking at all of those, and those are playing a big factor in whether or not you're going to rank in that Google local pack. And so a lot of plumbers do the bare minimum when setting this up, when Google really cares about comprehensiveness. Do you fix bathtubs? Do you fix sinks? Do you fix toilets? What do you fix? What do you not fix? What do you specialize in? Do you install new toilets, or do you just fix toilets? All of this information is giving Google context about what your business does, so that now when that person types in best plumber in Portland, Oregon, Google sees you as being that best solution. There are dozens of other SEO strategies, as I mentioned. Google's looking at 200 plus factors, whether it's the technical local schema on your website, whether it's your header tags or meta description or URL structure or site architecture. There's a lot that's Google is looking at, and it really depends on your specific website, your specific situation. Some businesses, they set up their header tags correctly, but the content on their site is not well done. Other businesses, they do have schema on their website, but they haven't embedded their GMB. So this is why an audit is really, really critical to determine exactly where your plumbing business is at. Because without that information, you're basically using a shotgun approach. You're trying 100 different things, hoping that it sticks. Versus if you do an audit, you'll know exactly the 3 to 5 most important things that are holding you back. And then you can do those first. And those are going to have the quickest results. So with that being said, there are two strategies that a lot of plumbers get wrong. I've seen it over and over again, and so I'll talk about those. And the first is NAP consistency, and NAP stands for name, address, and phone number. This screenshot here is directly from Google's SEO starter guide. Google has released a starter guide for SEO that it shares strategies and tips that you should use. And you can see that I've highlighted the word trust over and over again. Google, when someone types in best plumber near me or plumber in Portland, Google's trying to show the most trustworthy result. Google's job is to basically show the result that's going to be the best for the user. And if Google does not trust your business, it's not going to choose to rank it over the other plumbers in the area. And with that is the name, address, and phone number consistency. And so what this means is basically, here's an example. This business has a 60% visibility score, which is relatively high actually compared to a lot of plumbing companies. This is pulled from their Google My Business. And you can see that their name is Power Plumbing. The challenge is that some plumbers, they have different names on different websites or on different platforms. On their Google My Business, they might be called Power Plumbing. But on Yelp, it might be Power Plumbing Portland or Power Plumbing Portland, Oregon or something. They'll have a slightly different variation of that name. And the same is true with phone numbers. Plumbers will want to track where their phone calls are coming from. So they'll have a phone number for their website. They'll have a different phone number for their Google My Business. They'll have a different phone number for their Yelp. They'll have a different phone number for their Home Advisor. And when Google is crawling all of that information, it comes back to trust. Google saying, I don't know which phone number is legit. I don't know which business name is legit. And therefore, I don't trust your business enough to rank it, because if a user finds your business and tries to call, there's so many different phone numbers. Are they actually going to get through? And so this seems trivial. It seems like it's not a big deal, but to Google it is. And so that's the first thing. The second is comprehensive content. Google, when it's crawling a website, it's looking at the content that's on that website. And here's the results that we've been able to get for two businesses. Within a year, each of them basically went from 0 organic visitors from Google. That's what this number is the number of clicks from Google, strictly, not from social media, not from any other source, but Google, someone typing in a query into Google and finding their website. And so both of these businesses went from basically 0 to over 20,000 organic visitors from Google. And that was mainly done through content creation. You have to think about how your users search for questions and queries online. Let's say their sink is clogged, something's going on in their house. They might search for how to do it themselves first. And by creating content around that, Google's seeing your business as more authoritative. So now, one, you can rank for these national keywords such as how to fix my sink. But at the same time, now when people locally are typing in best plumber in Portland, Google's seeing your content and saying, yeah, this business knows what they're doing. They're authoritative. They're trustworthy. I'm going to rank them over their competitors. So this has a twofold effect of, one, helping you drive national traffic, which is really valuable for plumbers that are looking to expand into different cities. And two, it sets you up for becoming more locally authoritative. Most of the other plumbers in your area are not utilizing this strategy. And so Google's seeing your business as more trustworthy as the other local plumbers. So those are the two big things. If you're looking for a free SEO audit of your plumbing website to see kind of what's going wrong, we offer that. And it's not like some software, a lot of other SEO audits out there. You just plug your website into some software, it spits out a report, and it doesn't make any sense. We actually have someone on our team go in and run that audit and film a video just like this one, walking you through what's right, what's wrong, and what you can do to fix it. So go to portlandseogrowth.com to get that free plumbing SEO audit.